Solid 1.5 or 2 pounds maybe. Solid fish. All right, we're not getting skunked. You got one and I got one.
You cast it that way?
No, I casted it where you were. I caught someone's bobber with it too. When I was bringing the fish in, that bobber was like coming with it. It was weird. Got one. Big one. Oh, I lost him. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah. Son of a bitch. Yep. You're not getting away. Yeah, he's good. No wham.
All right, so this past Saturday, February 13th, 2016, my nephew and I went to Longhorn Dam again. I wanted to get him out there so we could see if he could land himself maybe a personal best fish, but he wasn't having too much luck. He kept getting snagged up on the rocks and things like that, but I did okay. I caught 4 fish I was able to reel in. I got hooked up on 4. We fished for about 4 to 5 hours. Got there pretty early. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Wasn't too bad. We're the only ones out there. It's pretty dark, so we didn't have our GoPros running for the first half hour or so. My very first cast out there, cast it out, fluke, hit the water. I thought I was stuck on like a log or something like that. I start reeling in. I was like, ah, crap, I'm already stuck. And we just got started. And then my line starts to wiggle, and I look out and I see a fish. Just, the sun's starting to come up in the background. I see the silhouette of a fish jumping out of the water, and it looked like a good sized fish. I don't want to speculate, but it felt heavy and it looked pretty good when it was jumping out of the water, and it was pretty far away. It's probably like 40 yards away. And lost it. Spit my hook because I thought I was stuck on a log rather than setting the hook. But oh well, happens. That's one of the problems I've been having with these hooks that I'm using is if you do not set the hook pretty hard, there's a good chance I'm gonna lose it because for whatever reason I'm just not getting good hook sets on them. But I did okay. I caught 2 fish. My first fish that you saw in the video, I believe I estimated him about 1.5 to 2 pounds. He's probably closer to 1.5. He was small, but he was heavy. He was thick. He was a chunk, and he fought good. When I brought him in, I caught somebody else's bobbers that they had set up for catfishing. There's a hook, a bobber, and like a couple of those drop shot type weights. Yeah, so that was a good fish. I was using a drop dead VMC. Let's see if y'all can see that. These are 4/0 hooks. Like I said, the problem that I have with these hooks is the gap on them. Let me see. Let me pull one of these out. See if I can get it on the camera. The gap on them, it's when it's hooked onto a fluke, there's not a whole lot of gap. So for me, I was having a hard time getting decent hook sets on them. So the 2 fish that spit the hook out on me, they got away. It's because I didn't set the hook strong enough. And I feel like, if I had a bit of a larger gap right here, if it was a little bit wider, I feel like I probably might have got him. I just have better luck with hooks that are like that. But, it's probably my fault. It's okay though. But let me show you how it looks when I got it set up on here. So I spin it onto that little hitchhiker screw or spring coil looking thing. And then I kind of guesstimate where it's at. Poke it through. All right, so this was a setup that I ran pretty much the whole time. Okay, there's not a lot of room between the hook and the bait. It runs pretty flush. It's probably designed for flukes. My only issue, like I said, was when I was setting the hook, I just wasn't getting enough bite into the fish. It was biting a little shallow, and probably my plastic was assisting the fish with spitting that hook out. But I did okay. I'm happy with how I did. The second fish I caught, I had just lost a fish right before then. And so that second fish that I caught, I dragged it probably 20 feet onto the beach before I went and grabbed it real quick. And it's kind of a rookie move, I understand, but I didn't want to lose another one. And I feel like it might have been the same fish that I'd lost, a minute before. So I dragged it up there, and it's dirty. I call them dirty ass fish. My brother-in-law made that. I kind of dubbed my brother-in-law dirty ass fish because every time he sends me a picture of a bass, it is just covered in dirt. So I paid tribute to my brother-in-law, and I had a dirty ass fish, and I screenshotted it and I sent it to him. He thought it was hilarious. But other than that, you know, Longhorn Dam, it produces some big fish. There's a lot of fishermen out there after about 9 o'clock in the morning, but they were all standing kind of closer to the dam where it was spilling out, and they're all fishing inside of there. And I didn't see anybody pulling a fish. Maybe they were, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but had a good time. And that's about it. I was using, like I said, these 4/0 VMC. These are 1/8 ounce hooks. Well, I bought some 1/16 today, but I was using 1/8 ounce hooks. The bait is pretty heavy, so you don't need a real heavy swim bait hook because it'll take it down anyways. These baits will naturally sink pretty good. I was using a 7-foot 3-inch medium action, very fast, carbon coil Johnny Moore Signature Series rod with 12-pound fluorocarbon with my Shimano Chronarch, and it does pretty good. And I do have a lot of issues with that reel, but it did okay for me this time. That'll do it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Subscribe. Deuces.